Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm popping on to deliver us a Rumi message. Let's see what the message from Rumi is for the collective today. The cards have been actually sat waiting on the table with that clear quartz crystal sat on top of the deck, just waiting to be pulled. That's interesting. Okay, one more shuffle, thank you, Rumi. So 101, let's begin our shuffle. So, dear Rumi, our brother who loves us without condition, what's the message for the collective today, please? Oh, we almost had a card, but it changed its mind. Okay, thank you, Rumi. Let's get a message for the collective today. Oh, so we have, she offers the sacred wine, so drink. With resplendent, with grace at the bottom of the deck. Kind of reminds me of my rather delicious cocktails that I opted for last night. It's not usually, well, that's not a regular, let's just say that. Okay, she offers the sacred wine, so drink. Resplendent with grace. So let's combine our Rumi message. Excuse me, and let's begin at 244. O wine giver of enlightened hearts, offer me the wine of your kindness, for this is the reason you have brought me here from the desert of oblivion. O beautiful wine giver, pour me the wine that gives me insight. Offer me the wine from the sea of love and fill my heart with pearls. Pour it into my heart until I shred the veil and go beyond reason. My spirit is consumed by judgment and my life is reduced by thoughts. Pour that precious wine over the frozen cries of skeptics until their words become warm and their ways become yays. Rumi. Greetings from my heart to you who are always with me, hidden inside as the heart. You are the compass of my life. My course is your way, no matter where I go. You exist everywhere and in everything, always watching over us. My soul brightens in the darkness when I speak your name. Far beyond the body, there is an opening from my heart into yours. Through that opening, I send you secret messages like the moonlight. I polish the mirror of my soul to be your reflection. I make my ear the receiver for the tenderness of your words. You are in the ear, you are in the mind, You are in every burning heart. What am I saying? You are I. This is my way to describe you. Rumi. Will you say yes to me? I want to take you with me on a wild adventure. There we shall be tripping, stumbling, falling like fools, laughing our most unconstrained laughter as we drink the sweetest of offerings. Raucous and silly shall we be, though undoubtedly we are from the noblest and most royal lineage. Nonetheless, standing inside the tavern, warm and illumined by the golden hearth fires, we will hold on to each other, barely able to stand up straight, crying with so much laughter, sweet wine coursing through our blood. Your divine grace clothes me in robes of sky blue and blood red, as a shimmering galaxy of compassion within the field of which no being is excluded. The darkness of night is illuminated, and all creatures are bathed in the fine golden hue of your presence. There is only beauty beheld now, for there is nothing that is not of your artistry, of your divine hand, generous with its grace. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Did you see the rainbow in the water? Beloved, you are being offered a gift that is beyond your understanding. This gift is from the hand of the divine, beloved, an offering to you that will lift you beyond what you have known into the next opening of your inner eye, of your heart, of your soul, so that it may caress the earth with the light of heaven. This may sound wonderful, indeed it is, yet welcome though this gift may be, there is a trick to receiving it, you see. When the sweet wine is offered, you must drink, but also be willing to become drunk. You must be willing to let go of your control. You must trust in what will happen. Trust that you will be cared for, or that you may appear to be the fool. You must be willing to not have all the answers, or indeed any answers at all. My wise soulmate, and trust that this is according to the higher plan and not some inadequacy or error. So will you accept the gift that is coming to you, the offering that the sacred feminine brings to you now? It is wine, it is sweet wine she offers. It shall be an enjoyable journey receiving this gift, a wearing away of resistance and restraints towards life through the sheer pleasure of aliveness, without thought. Oh, what a journey this is to be for you. So much that is truly wonderful and incredible, sacred and extraordinary awaits you. You who are asked to drink from the generous cup the great beloved is bringing towards your lips. So what if your speech becomes incoherent and you have no words to describe what you feel? Or if the world around you ceases to understand you? Could any of that compare to the great bliss of being fully alive and dancing with the divine ones in dazed splendor at the beauty of life? This is a party you want to attend, trust me, even though no one will be much interested in talking because they will be too busy dancing. Everyone will envy you, though if you open your heart to invite them too, many will say, "Oh no, I have to wash my hair and I have to sort through my accounts and fingers and count my fingers and toes. It will take me too long and I simply won't be ready to attend." But you go, of course. You enjoy yourself whilst I am working long and hard at things so very important. And you may hang your head and wonder if you too should stay at home to wash your hair and tend to your accounts and count your fingers and toes many times over to make sure you get it right. But then you'll hear the distant sounds of clinking glasses, of music, of stomping and dancing and laughing, and you'll think a wise thought, so wise indeed that you'll stop thinking immediately after thinking it. That thought will be, "Forget this to-do list. I am going to have some fun." Are you having fun yet? Well, you may need to wash your hair and tend to your accounts. This is fine. You may even need to count your fingers and toes, but over and over again, beloved. Surely you can find some time in between the endless to-dos of your to-do list to throw a tantrum and come dancing with me instead. Your honor and commitment, discipline and focus are certainly to be rewarded with some uninhibited nonsense, hopefully. Come, put aside that seriousness for a moment or more and allow the wild child in you to take your body and soul for a spin. Together, let's go and paint the town the colour of love. Is it difficult to see your magnificence? Or should that be? There are no shoulds. Indeed. Is it difficult to see your magnificence? Without a mirror the size of a galaxy, how could you possibly witness all that you are? You must just catch glimpses of your truth now and then. Oh, if you could see yourself as I see you, in all your glorious fullness of being. You are swathed in robes of grace, so light and freeing that they do not weigh you down, and yet so luscious and full that you cannot help but stir the movement of all of creation as you step this way and that. Of course, it matters not to grace whether you see or do not see, for grace simply is, without witnessing, being required. Yet you might live rather differently, my beloved, should you realize you are not only worthy of grace, but actually dripping with it, saturated with divine presence, so rich it leaks out of you and causes sunlight to fall at your holy feet. Oh yes, you are resplendent in holiness and sanctity. Should you come to know this as I do, you would take each step with awe and reverence. You would decide that not a thing in your world could be classed as mundane, and decide with bold fervour that you are living in godliness and must create your world through choices that honour love. No fear, even the most stubbornly persistent, would be able to withstand the sight of your magnificent beating heart, so wild with life. In the sight of that wild heart, you would have to call all your fears close to you, soothing them with your words of love like riled children in need of tenderness and quiet. Then, when rested, you would wake them from their slumber, and they would arise as falcons, ready to soar to the height of your most daring visions. Hunting for life to feed them, they will ensure the ample grace pulsing within your heart has its chance to come to life in the world and serve love. You may be wondering if you can attain this next stage of growth in your life. You are already well equipped to do so. No matter what you might believe about the situation, circumstances, or others involved, even yourself, you have within your sole possession more than enough grace to see you through anything you are bold enough to envision for yourself, or for any vision you feel life has bestowed upon you. So pray through unconditional love to access all that you are, to be supported by those beings that love you without condition. Pray to realize that you are so drenched in sacred grace that the well of your being is full. All that is needed to nurture you onto the next step of your life path is within you now. Success is yours, but you must believe in your ability, your readiness, and your capacity to take this next phase of the journey now. How could it be otherwise? For you are one with grace. So, let's complete today's message from Rumi with this sacred honouring ritual. So perhaps like me, you would like to go and get yourself a glass with some drinkable liquid. It says water is fine, or juice, or wine if appropriate, and you prefer this option, then have it ready for your ritual. So I'll give you a moment or two if you would like to go and get yourself a drink, a glass of something. Perhaps you'd like to pause here. Okay, so when you are ready, place your hands over the filled glass and say the following. All things emanate from the divine being. Oh, let's begin that again. I kind of, oopsie. Thanks. Yeah, so place your hands over the filled glass and say the following. Thank you. All things emanate from the Divine Beloved. And the Divine Beloved lives in all things. In this sacred nectar, I receive the gift of love from the Divine Beloved. I sip, I drink, I partake of the sacred gift offered to me now. I place my mind aside and choose instead to bear witness to what is offered now. Through the gift of grace, I ask for assistance that I may remember what it is to play and to find the joy of living, the delight of my path, and the humour of life. Bless me with such grace, so be it. So now raise your glass and drink. And you have completed your sacred honouring ritual. So unless you feel like dancing around your lounge room, after which you then shall have completed your sacred honouring ritual. So much love, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this Rumi message today for our Sunday soul guidance. Take care. I'll see you again very soon. Much love.